Dawn comes soft and slow over the hill, and for a few breaths, the world seems to hold its shape. Tirak walks up the slope with 8 small bodies trailing behind him like a promise. He does not lead them as a commander. He leads them as a man who has learned how to kneel. He names what they have been given. The walls that held, the hands that would not break. The fortifications that turned a desperate charge into a story they could tell. He gives thanks for the lives spared, for the children who still breathe, for the people who rose when the horn sounded. The words are simple and true, and the children answer in their own small ways. The hill keeps the moment like a seed. Light gathers on the ridge like a slow tide. The wind stills. Something ancient steps into the moment. Uriel descends, not with thunder or spectacle, but with a presence that makes the air itself seem to listen. The children fall silent, not out of fear, but because something in them recognizes the weight of the moment. They do not understand it, not fully, but they feel it. A hush settles over them, the kind that marks a memory they will carry for the rest of their lives. Tirak exhales, as if a weight has been lifted from his shoulders. For the first time in a long while, he feels permission to be small, to be a student again. He has been protector, hunter, guardian, a thing shaped by necessity. Here, under Uriel's steady gaze, he remembers what it is to learn. Uriel's voice is gentle and heavy with purpose when he speaks. Dark days are coming. Stay close to the whisper. The words land like a hand on a shoulder. The hill keeps the moment, and the town below, if it sees the light, falls to its knees. While the town sleeps, other battles are fought in places that do not show on maps. Uriel slips into the king's dreams, like a physician into a fevered room. The king's mind is a house with broken windows. Fear, old trauma, a memory of giants that still smells of smoke. Uriel sees the fractures and, beneath them, a dangerous thing. Knowledge that should not be there. The king would not have known of Tirak without a hand that fed him secrets. Someone has planted the idea of a giant king where it did not belong. Uriel confronts the presence in the dream with a calm that is edged like a blade. You crossed boundaries, he says. You gave him knowledge he had no right to. The presence watches, coiled and patient. The first night, Uriel brings peace. The king sleeps better than he has in years. The second night, Uriel returns and speaks plainly. Giants will not come for you. The nation you plan to attack is not your enemy. The king relaxes. The presence, the prince watches, silent but furious, like a predator denied a meal. On the third night, the prince moves. He invades the dream with a violence that feels like winter breaking a window. Peace shatters. Fear floods the king's mind. The prince drags Uriel out of the dreamscape, and the two clash in a place without walls. Uriel repeats the accusation, and the prince, stung by truth and without rebuttal, lashes out. You trespassed on my territory. He hisses, so I will trespass on yours. Lesser angels answer his call. The king wakes in terror, and the seed of retaliation is planted. Retaliation does not always come as thunder. Sometimes it comes as a precise, surgical cruelty. Wolves slip through the town like knives. They do not howl. They move with a terrible, coordinated intent. Doors are opened from the inside. Shadows become hands, and 8 children are taken in the dark. 3 adults fall defending the small ones. The town wakes to a nightmare that smells of old wars and new malice. Tirak smells the wrongness before he sees it. It is a distortion in the air, a spiritual rot that sets his teeth on edge. The same presence he felt the night the desperate giants attacked is there again. A familiar stench that makes his skin crawl. He moves through the trees like a storm, tracking the wolves by the way the world seems to bend around them. One by one, he finds them. He rescues 5 children, wounded, trembling, alive. 3 are gone. The bodies of the fallen adults tell a story of coordinated attack, not wild savagery. The town has paid a price. At the lesser wolf, something happens that will not leave him. The animal turns, and its eyes are not animal eyes. For a moment, their minds touch. A whisper, not in sound, but in the hollow of thought. This is only the beginning. The presence behind the wolf is unmistakable. The prince, Tirak destroys the creature, but the message lodges in him like a stone. He carries the rescued children back to the town, but the weight of what he has seen will not leave him. The knowledge that this was not random, that it was a deliberate strike, settles over him like ash. His mind becomes a running dialogue to no one in particular. Why did this happen? Could he have done more? Would the town be safer without him? What is his purpose if he cannot protect those he loves? The questions come like rain and no answer follows. He reaches inward for the whisper and finds silence. Not absence, but a quiet that forces him to feel. The whisper is near, but it does not speak. It allows him the space to wrestle with his own failure. He punishes himself with patrols. He refuses the town's walls and sleeps under the stars, walking the perimeter night after night until his legs are lead and his eyes are hollow. A week passes. On the 7th night, his body gives out. He collapses outside the gate, face in the dirt, breath shallow. He whispers an apology to the dark, and then darkness takes him. When he wakest, the town is around him like a tide. A massive quilt covers him. Food and water and small gifts are piled at his side. Faces watch with relief. They do not ask for explanations. They only give what they can. Warmth, presence, the stubborn kindness of people who've been saved by him and now return the favor. He feels undeserving. The shame does not lift, but the town's love becomes a crack of light through which something like hope can seep. A wind moves through the trees like a summons. Uriel's voice rides it. Meet me when you are ready. Tirak climbs the hill and finds the teacher waiting, not with reproach, but with a plan. Uriel speaks of a human army on the move, of formations and shields and tactics that are not the same as the desperate charges of giants. Humans fight with strategy. They fight in lines. Tirak listens, and beneath the words of fear he has kept, like a secret begins to stir. The fear that if he cuts human flesh, the hunger he fought so long to bury will return. Uriel hands him a sword. Tirak takes it, and the old recoil is immediate. The blade feels like a serpent in his hands. He swings, and the motion is stiff, as if the weapon itself resists him. The thought that has haunted him for years rises like bile. If I cut human flesh, will the hunger come back? He hides the fear, but Uriel sees it. The mentor does not demand confession. He does not force a confrontation. He reaches out and touches the metal. Light moves across the blade and the steel bends, reshapes, becomes blunt. The sword becomes a mace, heavy, solid, a weapon that crushes rather than cuts. Tirak swings it, and it feels too light, like a toy in a giant's hand. Uriel lifts 2 fingers and the mace grows. The head thickens, the handle lengthens, the weight deepens until it is a weapon worthy of a giant's arm. The second swing is different. The arc is clean, the balance is right. The impact feels inevitable. A small, real smile forms on Tirak's face for the first time since the wolves. In that moment, something else opens in him. The idea of human war. Formation breaking. Armor crushing. Creating openings for the men beside him becomes not a foreign calculus, but common sense. He understands how to be a shield and a breaker at once, how to protect without becoming the thing he fears. Prayer, he realizes, is not always words. Sometimes it is a hand that reshapes a weapon. Sometimes it is a silence that allows a man to be seen and understood. He bows his head in a private, wordless thanks. Uriel watches without speaking. He sees the fear loosen, the shame fade, the purpose awaken. He nods. Not as a commander, but as a teacher who has watched a student find his footing. Tirak stands with the mace in his hands and the children below. And for the first time since the wolves, he feels ready. Readiness is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to stand when fear is present. The prince has shown his hand. The town has paid a price. A war is coming that will test not only strength, but restraint, mercy, and the courage to be what one was made to be. Tirak breathes in the cold air and answers the question that has been gnawing at him with a quiet that is almost a prayer. I'm ready. The hill keeps the moment like a seed. The wind carries it down into the town, and somewhere, in a palace and in a dark place, the prince hears the whisper of a giant who will not be what he once was. Prepares. The story moves forward on the shoulders of a man who has learned to kneel and to swing with mercy in his hands.